I've had a mullet for a while.
I already hit record. You have a mullet again.
Yeah.
It's noticeable
I've had a
now.
mullet.
You know how like
because I'm not wearing a hat.
Well, yeah, but also like you know how like you'll have something for like you'll like lose weight and like people won't notice for a while and then like they'll be like, "Whoa, hey, you lost weight." And you're like, "Yeah, fucking did lost weight, dude." You know that? You know that sensation?
Yes. Sorry, I zoned out for a second.
That's how your mullet is what I'm getting at. You have a mullet, and I didn't realize, like, before I was like, oh, yeah, Odie's got some longer hair. All right, cool. And then, like, today I was like, whoa, mullet. Am I jealous?
Are you jealous? Do you wish you had a mullet?
No. I never wish I had a mullet. That is a trend I will not be hopping on, sir.
Well, you can't, but I think you
yeah,
can
I
pull one
could.
off.
I could hop on a mullet trend. What are you talking about?
What are you going to do, get a wig?
I'm not balding that much. My God, dude.
Do you think you could grow your hair out this much, though?
Yeah, absolutely. I've done it before.
Really?
Yeah.
When? I've never seen you with long hair except from pictures from like 1992.
You're saying
when you were like
you're saying
4.
the only time I've had long hair is when I was 6.
Yep.
I had a bowl cut when I was 6, you fucker. That's not even long hair. That's just I had the ugliest haircut you could possibly have at 6. Why?
I'm so proud I never had that. I'm so proud I never had that.
That wasn't even a trend.
Dude,
I didn't know what else to get. I was 6. Why was anybody letting me pick my hair at 6? Like people, like they were like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "A bowl cut again." And they were like, "Cause I didn't know anything else, you know." And I was like, "I got to pick it." But like, I wish somebody at that age would have been like, "Hey, why don't you cut it shorter and just try it?" You know, like
or longer. Pick one.
Because I would have a bowl cut, and then because of like you see my widow's peak, I would look like one of the Munsters. I would look like the little Eddie Munster kid. You know, like my hair would get wet, and it would like hang down in a triangle in the front of my fucking forehead.
I went to school with twins that both had blonde bowl cuts.
That's wild. That's a wild
those
choice.
Are 2 guys I will never forget.
That you know what that you went to school with a glitch in the Matrix is what you went to school with. Like the Matrix accidentally made 2 of those guys and was like, "Oops, I guess we're gonna let it run and see if we can find some agents." Like that's what you were.
I'm amazed that they kept that haircut up and through high school too. They had it until like their sophomore year.
That's insane to me.
Yeah, it's a horrible choice.
I cut my hair at 13 and all of a sudden like got the attention I wanted from females and was like, "Oh, I should have done this years ago." Like
it took you 7 years to learn.
Why didn't I do this? Well, you know, you're a kid. You don't have like the sense to do that. You know, like for me, I was just like, this is my hair. This is what I do. I have big bottle cap glasses and a bowl cut. Like that's who I was as a kid. You know. Now
so you look like a stereotypical like 90s nerd.
Yeah, pretty much 100%. And now I'm a stereotypical mid-2000s middle-aged nerd who looks better but is still nerdy as fuck. That's who I am now.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you don't look like a nerd at all in any capacity.
I've had people tell me that I look good until I start talking about my nerdy shit. Like I've legitimately had people be like, "Yeah, no, you're like real attractive." And then you start just talking about Magic the Gathering. Like my friend Stephanie came to the American Idiot weekend one, and that literally was like they're like, "You're the guy with the abs," and she's like, "Yeah, he's the guy with the abs all the time. He never has a shirt on." And then I'm just sitting at his house, and he's sorting Magic the Gathering cards, shirtless, and like not even paying attention to the fact. I'm like, "Oh, you're still here?" Like,
those people are what we would call ignorant to people's likes and desires.
Well, yeah. Listen, man. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long 3 weeks. You and Matt recorded an episode last weekend. And I'm so sorry. I had to delete it because no one needed to listen to you guys do a 3-hour scene-by-scene breakdown of the Birdcage with Robin Williams. Like, we didn't need it. Yeah, right?
Well, I did what you were talking about doing with me. I didn't record anything. So it was just Matt talking to himself.
About the Birdcage for 3 hours. Which is a phenomenal movie. I would watch the movie again in a heartbeat. However, no one needs that. Right? And he went on like a whole tangent about what Taco Bell commercials were like in that era. And I couldn't I was like, where did this even go? It was a mess.
Chihuahua.
It was a mess. So it's deleted, right? It's gone. And then we almost didn't podcast today because your tum-tum hurt.
Well, I had fish tacos yesterday, and I'm realizing that might not have been the best decision.
You had fish tacos yesterday, and then you had reverse fish tacos today.
Dude, so we went. Hey, what goes in must come out.
As above, so below.
Dude, we went mini golfing, and then we went to a local taco spot.
Okay.
And I knew it was a bad idea to get the salmon tacos, but I was like, I feel like
fucking
salmon. Yeah. And my friend
You're
was like, I'm going to do this
psychopath. No,
and
tilapia. No, not white fish only on the fish tacos. Oh my! No wonder you're fucking sick. You are the harbinger of your own demise. That is.
Listen, I took a bite. I took one bite and went, this tastes funny. And then ate
what'd
3
you do?
tacos. And then I ate 3 tacos.
You know, I felt bad for you. I did. I genuinely felt bad for you this morning because I was like, you know what? You don't know. With the white fish, you don't know. Like, in my mind, these were normal fish tacos. The revelation that you decided to eat. Tell me it was a food truck.
No, it wasn't a food truck.
Thank God. All right.
I'm not that
stupid.
Stupid.
Well, in my mind, it's a food truck. But still, the revelation that you decided salmon taco, the revelation that anyone has decided salmon tacos are okay is wild to me.
You know,
because that is not okay.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a good salmon taco.
Yeah, nobody would mind a good, but that doesn't really exist, does it? What you've
done
is you've introduced the paradox. Good salmon taco? Sorry, not available. Not available.
Don't get fish tacos in a landlocked state.
Probably not, actually.
That has high elevation.
Unless it's freshwater fish,
seafood.
right? Like, get some trout tacos. Have fun with that.
But, yeah. Listen.
Right?
Listen.
Am I right?
Lessons were learned.
Yeah.
I have 3 lives. I'll be here for the next Mortal Kombat.
You have 3 more lives.
I have 3 more lives.
You have 3 more lives. However, if you get taken out of the tournament, you're fucking done. And here's the thing.
Chill.
Here's the thing. My fatality is serving you fish tacos.
Oh, so you're on the other side? You're on the other team?
I'm on whatever team I want to be on. You
can switch teams.
We all know that you can just defect whenever you want in Mortal Kombat.
You can just switch teams. If you're like, hey, they're out of lives. Actually, LOL, JK, reverse Uno.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Listen, fish tacos.
That is not. Don't start that.
Let's go. Let's just do the fucking podcast. Oh my God. All right. Odie, are you ready to clap?
I am ready to clap.
Odie, are you ready to eat fish tacos?
No, I'm listen.
No. All right, 1 out of 2 ain't bad. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the UnPop Podcast. Thank you for listening to the UnPop Podcast. I'm your host and Capitan, Kevin Minor, todo siempre him. With me as always is.
Always with an iron stomach and never
Lies.
ever feeling sick.
Lies.
And never giving up because we never give up here. That's our motto. UnPop.
That's
never give
true.
Up. The chef, Odie Matthews.
2 lies and a truth there. Odie, we're going to keep it short and sweet on the news segment this week. What do you say we just get right the fuck into the news?
Yeah, let's
speed run it.
Speed run it.
Why'd you hold that out? Why'd you make it longer?
Because that's dramatic.
Too
effect,
late. I'm
Kevin.
already doing the news.
Well, you know
Odie,
what?
what's the news?
Is the news?
Yeah, baby. It's the UnPop News coming at you fresh and hot from the command deck of the SS Marlon Brando. Let's see what this week had in store.
Speed running it right now.
God.
There, look, got it in again. You can't stop me.
It's a bit now.
Well, you could because you could edit the podcast and you could edit it out.
You can't stop.
But you don't.
Me.
Do you like Planet of the Apes?
I'm indifferent on it currently.
Okay, because we got the oh, holy crap. Hold on.
What?
Okay. So I accidentally hit the play button on my laptop, and it started playing Magnum Opus audio.
Oh, my God.
And I thought you were saying something, and it threw me off, and I was like, what are you saying?
Oh, you started playing my
me.
voice in your ear.
No, it was my voice in my ear, but I couldn't tell if it was me or you. Anyway.
Welcome to your personal hell, Odie. You are making content with Raccoon with a captain's hat on for forever.
Yeah. Okay, Planet of the Apes.
We've
gotten the original Charlton Heston. We got the weird Mark Wahlberg like reboot. Abraham Lincoln was an ape the entire time. Remember that one?
No.
The guy that did Edward Scissorhands. He did it. What's his name? I don't like him.
Fucking Tim Burton did Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, Tim Burton's. He did Planet of the Apes, bro. Yeah, I covered it on Magnum
That's
Opus.
insane. I skipped
insane.
over
You should
that.
watch it.
I've skipped over that every time it's come up culturally. That's
I feel like that was a movie you would have liked back in like 2005 when it came out.
Maybe.
I feel like you would have liked it.
Maybe.
I don't know why, but it feels like a movie you would have liked.
I feel like I
and
wouldn't
that's not
now.
A compliment. No. So recently we got The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which was set a couple hundred years after War for the Planet of the Apes, which is the sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Which was the sequel to
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay, yeah. So we got
Yeah.
four installments in the new series. There's like from the 1970s. There's like 12 Planet of the Apes films, right?
Oh yeah,
there's
like
the
many.
third one. They like go back in time and everything kind of takes place in like a volcano. It almost feels like a bottle episode. Yeah. Okay. So many apes, so little time. Go ahead.
And Matt Reeves did those first three. That started with Dawn, Rise, and War.
Which explains why they're decent.
Yeah. And then a new guy came in to do Kingdom, and now Disney is what they're calling either a reboot or a like unconnected sequel, getting the director of Fantastic Four, Matt Shackman.
Okay. The new Fantastic Four that we liked.
Yeah. That director also did WandaVision, and he's going to be doing a new Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Not connected
to WandaVision.
It's not going to follow.
It's not connected to WandaVision, right?
It's definitely not connected to WandaVision.
What if it was,
though?
What if they were in Planet of the Apes?
The last bit of the movie it pulls out, and it's just Wanda and Vision watching it on TV.
In a fucking cornfield.
Boom. But yeah, he's doing another Planet of the Apes, but it's not going to be a direct sequel to the Kingdom for the Planet of the Apes, but it might still be set in that same world.
Yeah.
Not sure yet.
Okay. I didn't see Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Did you?
Either.
No? We should probably watch that and get an idea as to whether or not we even want to watch a reboot of a reboot.
I should watch the other three movies too.
Of a reboot. Like,
I've never seen the Rise, Dawn, War.
Listen,
or Dawn, Rise, War, whatever.
These apes done been booted so many times.
There's some properties that we just come back to repeatedly, and I'm like, why?
Who is the fan? Like, yeah, who is the fan base that's like, bring back Planet of the Apes? Like, is it a really rich guy somewhere who's like funding this?
It's a producer that liked the Oma as a kid, and he's like, now I can make them myself.
It's one of those niche collectors who like became a like silent multi-millionaire billionaire type, and he has all of the memorabilia in his house, and he's like, and somebody's like, what next? He's like, I guess I could start backing these films. I guess I need more so I can have more memorabilia in my house. Or the memorabilia started going down in value, and he's like, shit, we got to make more of these movies so my memorabilia is worth more.
Because that's how it works.
Well, if it became he's rolling the dice. He's seeing if it becomes more popular, so that his memorabilia is worth more, so that he can do a Planet of the Apes museum. And this guy's name is Tom.
Well, wouldn't it be a win-win? Because if the movies are good, it's back in the public eye and your memorabilia goes up. But if it's bad, people are nostalgic for the old ones that are good, and your memorabilia goes back up.
It kind of is. Yeah, it's got to be a win-win.
It's got to be a
win-win. You know what, Tom? Keep backing.
Melissa Barrera, who was in Scream 5 and 6 with Jenna Ortega.
Yes.
This isn't really news, but I wanted to include this because we both didn't like Scream 7.
I walked out.
And my
date and I walked right out of the film.
I stayed. I ended up going to see it, and I stayed.
It was
bad.
bad.
It was as bad as I thought.
It was really bad.
She said that Paramount probably lied about how much Scream 7 made. She said that they probably inflated the numbers to do damage control because, in her opinion and other people's opinion, there's no way Scream 7 was that popular.
I would believe that. I would 100%
too.
believe that. There's a lot of ways that you can inflate numbers. We've seen just like fake accounts popping up to like give better ratings to movies. Studios are using what I would call like informational battle tactics to bolster movies that aren't really that good, right? And like,
do you remember
what?
I was like, do you remember when The Rock was trying to like finagle the numbers on Black Adam to be like, look, it was profitable.
Oh, I thought you were
going to
talk about
so much
Red
here.
One.
No, he did this with Black Adam. He tried to like tell the public because of like DVD sales and streaming and that it actually was profitable, even though it definitely fucking wasn't.
He's like,
And
no,
I think
you
that's
guys
really
actually
funny.
liked it. Like,
No, you guys did. Everybody saw it.
He's like, the Queen saw it. The Queen. Oh
The
no,
Queen
wait, she
loved
died.
it, actually.
No, because remember
It's
then
the
he
same
was like,
she died before she
yeah,
got
he
to
was
see it.
bummed that she didn't get to. She actually said that. She was like, I'm also bummed. Tell Dwayne that I can't see his new
I'm
film.
super bummed, bro.
I was going to knight him.
I'm so bummed, Charles. Is that a royal?
Cheerio. That's what she said.
Tell my
She said
corgis to watch it
Cheerio
for
and
me.
She died.
Speaking of Matthew Lillard,
Did you
he
miss
joined
me?
the Superman sequel.
Did you miss me?
Did you miss my segues
No.
that you stomp over?
Wait, yes, I did. Wait, yes, I did. I don't know why I said no at first. Yes, I did. I missed your segues. Did you miss me?
Of course.
Good.
Kevin.
All right,
It's only
Matthew
been a
Lillard.
week. It's only been a week. Matthew Lillard joined James Gunn's Superman Man of Tomorrow sequel.
Who is he
which
playing?
We don't know
Damn
yet.
it.
But this does reunite James Gunn and Matthew Lillard 23 years after Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed came out in 2004.
Whoa! I didn't
Is it
realize
2004? I'm pretty
James
sure.
Gunn did that film.
He did the first two Scooby-Doos. He was a writer on them, I believe.
Fucking wild to me.
Scooby-Doo. I was right. It was 2004.
Wow.
And it was written by James Gunn, not directed by.
Remember
it was directed by
that was the
somebody
one where
else.
they took Velma's glasses off and she was hot?
I think that happens in all.
And they were like, she's hot the whole time. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So look. The Superman sequel cast is looking mighty plump.
David
Aaron Pierre
Cornsweat's
from
back.
Lanterns is going to be in it.
Yep.
David Cornsweat's back.
Great.
Lex Luthor's back.
Great.
Other people that we all love and know. Skippy.
Who's
or
playing
John?
Who's
what's
playing
his
Lex
name?
Luthor?
What's
We love him.
Superman's-
Nicholas Holt.
What's his friend's name? Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy
I said
Olsen's
Skip.
back.
His
Yep,
name's
the
not
little
Skip.
guy. The little guy, Jimmy Olsen.
Little guy that everyone thinks is hot.
Yeah, for no reason. Just the hottest guy
That's
on the
what makes it
planet for
great,
no
though.
reason.
I love
Dude,
that. That's
dude
apparently from the comics.
can't swat him away fast enough. Ladies love
yeah,
some
so I
Jimmy.
thought- I bring up the Matthew Lillard news because recently he said on a podcast that he feels like he's only getting cast in things because people are nostalgic for him, and he doesn't like people don't actually think he's a good actor. They just miss seeing him, and he was then flooded by tons and tons of people saying, "No,
actually, we like
just
you.
love you.
Yeah,
we just love
we
you.
love him as a person. And
Yeah.
but here's the thing, his self-awareness that he very often is getting called in to play similar characters, I think is very poignant, and I think that makes me love him more. Actually,
I agree.
I have a theory.
Okay,
LL
A
Cool
game
J.
theory?
LL Cool J. Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
It stands for Ladies Love Cool James. I think that name came from the original. It was influenced by the original Jimmy Olsen because that's in the comics where everybody loves Jimmy Olsen. For Ladies Love Cool James.
He loves Cool James.
He
His name
is.
James. He goes by Jimmy.
He's going to become a new LL Cool J in the most non-offensive way possible. I know what everyone's thinking. Just stop it.
Do you think that this will lead to Skylar, however you say his name, who plays Jimmy Olsen, landing a role on a TV show about NCIS that lasts for like 14 years, like LL Cool J did?
Or
with,
being in
the
the
guy who played Robin?
reboot of Deep Blue Sea, which could have your favorite shark fighter, Jason Statham, in it.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
But he can't die. He can't be the Samuel L. Jackson character. Spoiler
He'll never
alert.
die.
He has to live.
He'll never die.
He has to come back as a robot.
He'll never
shark if
die.
He gets eaten. At the very end, he's like pop out of the shark.
He'll
and be like,
literally
"I'm back
never
for this."
die.
Speaking of things that will never die, Harry Potter got greenlit for a second season. Now here's
That's
the thing.
amazing. I
There's a
didn't
lot
even
of-
watch season 1 yet.
Well, it hasn't come out yet.
I know!
So far. No, it's crazy. But okay, so there's a couple things I want to break down on this, Kevin.
Yes.
One, It hasn't come out yet, which I think is always funny when they renew a show before it comes out, especially if it's based off of books and you're like, well, yeah, there's more books to come.
Who made this choice?
2,
Yep.
there was, in the last 2 months, I can't remember when, I didn't grab this piece of news when it came out, or maybe we did talk about it. Who knows? Time's irrelevant. That they said that they weren't, like the Harry Potter seasons wouldn't come out. The seasons wouldn't come out every single year. It's just not possible. It'd be every couple years, which is what the movies did essentially anyways.
Okay.
But what's funny about all that is greenlighting the season 2 when this is guaranteed to get at least 3 seasons. And if they all do bad, then it'll drop
When is
off.
the first season coming out?
December.
Okay. So they're going to start filming the second season as soon as like this is getting ready to do like a press junket and come out. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to see a lot of the actors in the void of the negative space, like on set doing junkets, right? Because they're going to be filming again already. And I here's the thing. This is a crazy commitment to do like a show about this, and to do it every other year just means that like there will be that jump in between seasons where like that. Okay, that means it's going to take 16 fucking years to do this thing. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like we're locked in for a decade and a half on a Harry Potter project. Like, no, thank you.
Well, that's what I've seen some discourse around, because for one, like I said, this is guaranteed to get at least a few seasons. So, like, the fact that they've waited to greenlight the second, like, you should have already been working on it.
The kids are going to be like 28.
Well, that's okay. So that's one of the biggest issues is I think this is going to suffer from what a lot of modern shows on streaming suffer from. And I was
Stranger Things.
I just had this conversation with my buddy Mark. We were talking about The Boys season 5 because we're both watching it, staying up to date. And every time we watch the newest episode, we call each other and we talk about it for like 10, 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And one of the biggest problems that I'm having with TV shows is the 2 to 3 year gap, like One Piece, Stranger Things, The Boys, this long gap in between. Steam falls off. My jam this week, little sizzle, is going to be the show The Pit on HBO Max.
Oh.
The third season, they just wrapped up the second season like a week or two ago.
Okay.
The third season's already scheduled to come out in January.
Oh, I
less
love
than
that.
a year after the second season finished.
I love that.
So I feel like if you really wanted to maximize, and I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter. I want to make that very clear. I've never finished the movies.
Yeah.
I don't like J.K. Rowling. I've never read the books. I don't know how to read.
Yeah.
But like, if you're going to do this, you would think that you would be already planned 3 or 4 seasons, 3 or 4 books out. So as soon as, HBO or they realize, hey, it's making money, you can just, hey, everyone come in on this date. Let's start recording. But to wait to start production and everything, it feels like this is going to be one of those shows that Stranger Things and it feels like the gaps are too long. And by the time we get to the 7th book, Harry Potter's going to be 30 years old working at a bank.
He's supposed to go from like, what is it? Like age 10 through 18, basically. So like if they've cast a kid who looks 10, by the time they're done, he's going to look fucking 30. Like.
Yeah, if it takes that long, because the movies only took 11 years. It was from
11 years
2000
to
to like 2011.
Essentially 9 movies, right? Didn't they do 9?
I think it was 8.
Didn't they break up
7
Didn't
books.
they break up the 8th one into 2 parts though?
I thought there was 7 books.
I think they did.
We're not
they
Harry
did.
Potter
There's
experts.
8 books, and they did Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. And
So
those were
9
released
movies
in the same
10,
year,
11
within
years.
a year of each other, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, they Matrixed the last one.
Yeah. So they did 9 movies, 11 years, which is fucking fast.
Yeah.
So
and that's the thing is, like, if you can do the movies, and granted, I know a lot more goes into a show. They're doing 8 episodes, they're an hour each, but like the sets are the same. You still you have the Hogwarts sets from season 1. You're going to be using that in season 6.
Well, and let's be real. Like so book 5, they get real thick, right? Like they start turning into like 500, 600, 700 page books, right? Like they get big. And that's probably where they're going to run into the most trouble. Like Order of the Phoenix, the movie, watching it was the first time ever I remember experiencing a movie where I'm like, this was just a highlight reel of the book. Like the plot kind of skips along, like there were parts where I'm like, oh man, and then the next thing that happens is, oh, they're not doing it. Okay. All right. Yeah, we've jumped ahead. Like because that was the best book. That was the first book where it's like, whoa, is this like a wizard spy thriller? Like it was really cool. the shift in tone and stuff that happens in the 5th book is like it's really cool, quintessential to the plot. It's where it starts getting like darker and more adult. And I think like let's say they get to season 5 of this, that's the first time you're approaching one of these huge books, you know. So like, what are you gonna do then? Is it gonna take longer to film? Like what's gonna happen?
I'm very interested to see how this goes because I'm still very much on the mindset, even though, again, never really watched Harry Potter. I feel like a lot of people who like the movies, which I hear a lot about, I feel like this isn't good. They're going to be comparing it to the movies the entire time.
The movies are fun. And I think if you watch the movies, you'll have fun with them, and it'll give you some good background information on what's going to happen in the show. So I do think you should watch them.
Are you going to watch the show?
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah, I'll watch the show.
I will.
I'll give it a
We'll
try.
talk about it.
I'm not a crazy Harry Potter head though either. Like I'm not like I know my house. I know that I'm fucking Ravenclaw, baby. I know that.
Oh,
That's fine. I know what
Okay.
house I get sorted into. I know where the sorting hat's putting me. I'm Ravenclaw.
I like snakes. So would I be with Slytherin?
I mean, yeah, because not all the Slytherin people are bad, so that's fine. Like,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I don't like snakes. so would I still be with
Ravenclaw's for
Slytherin?
pretentious assholes. So that's where I am.
Oh.
Yeah. Basically,
I think I would be Hufflepuff.
Ravenclaw's like literally full of podcasters. Like let's be
so
real.
I'd be with you in Ravenclaw.
You would be with you. We would be be doing a podcast.
Welcome to the Ravenclaw podcast.
Yeah, it would be-
Today,
yeah,
Harry
yeah.
Potter went invisible with a blanket. It was
I would be
really
like,
cool.
I'd be like, yes, I am still a raccoon. No, I don't have any intentions of changing myself back. Yes, I do know transmutation magic. Like,
this is the only reason I came to this school.
and now I'm a raccoon. Mission accomplished, baby. Like,
You know what else was a mission
hit
accomplished?
me.
Mortal Kombat 2, baby.
That was mission accomplished. I have a little bit of news that we need to cover before Mortal Kombat 2,
Mm.
and it's just because I want to talk about this. The Pope wears Nikes. That's
I knew
it.
that's what you were gonna say.
I have to talk about it. The
no,
Pope.
I have to. No, Kevin,
listen,
I have a question
our
for you.
first modern Pope, rocking the Nikes. He's from Chicago. He's fucking dope. He's talking out against warlords and despots and bigots and everybody. He's like, hey, remember Jesus said actually be nice to each other? Yeah, it turns out if you're funding war, you're gonna go to hell. And everybody's like, whoa, this isn't the
What the
Catholicism we signed up for in 2026. And he's like, well, that's too bad. Open the book up again. I know you got Bible study this week. I know you're doing it. I know it's the book that you've read the most. You brag about that. You're going to hell if you support the war. And people are like, hold on. And then it's like, hold on. No, you hold on. I got to put my fresh fucking Air Force Ones back on.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah. He doesn't swear, though. He's the Pope.
In 15 to 20 years, are we going to get a movie with an old Matt Damon and old Ben Affleck where they try to get the Pope a Nike sponsorship?
I hope so.
Like they did with the Michael Jackson
I think
movie.
that would be
Not
great.
Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan.
I think that would be
That'd be
great.
incredible.
Yeah, let's get
The Pope's,
yeah.
the Pope's,
Listen,
the Pope's heir.
All I got to say is that
Air Pope. Air Pope.
Pope-
coming this fall.
the Pope doing
Nailed it.
a Nike crossover is literally a cross over.
Dude, that is the
that's my
best
joke.
way.
Yeah.
Air Pope.
Air Pope.
Crossover
Air Pope.
coming this fall.
Just do it, baby. Just.
and he's jumping over the cross.
Yep.
With the Nikes on.
Oh, 100%.
to dunk a Bible.
You already know people like used AI to produce 1 million images of this already. I'm sure it's already out there.
Incredible.
But yeah, no, the Pope wears Nikes, and I think that's fucking cool. And that's
Yeah.
that's
That is cool.
just a little tidbit of fun for you guys out there in the
I got a
world.
jingle for you,
Hit
Kevin.
me.
That's some good news.
Good news. Good news.
Good news. Yeah.
All right, let's
Is that all your
talk
good news?
about Mortal Kombat.
talking about more-
There's
Kevin,
other
I have
trailers that came out
thoughts.
this week that we could talk about if you want.
We don't
to.
have time to talk about trailers.
Okay,
Cape Fear.
skip them.
everybody's
They're
scared,
coming back next
and
week.
they're in a cape.
Listen, Benicio
Yeah,
del
what else was
Toro, or not Benicio del Toro, fucking
Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem looks amazing in Cape Fear. Watch the
It does,
trailer.
it looks good.
Evil Dead Burn looks amazing. Watch the
It looks
trailer.
good.
It looks fucking weird. First off,
It looks really
Yeah, it
weird.
looks weird and amazing. Watch the trailer.
That's a new director,
also,
too.
The Mutiny trailer that I saw in theaters for Jason Statham is the
Looks good.
first time I've ever texted you and said this Jason Statham movie looks good.
We are going to see that and cover it because
Fine.
you know I want to.
Fine.
It looks good. They all look good.
I will admit that it looks good. And even
looks
though
fun.
it's the same thing.
Who cares?
It's the same thing, but it looks good. All right.
That's all that matters.
Wait, hold on. You got to do it the right way.
Mortal Kombat.
Not like Sloth from the Goonies.
I've never seen Mortal Kombat. This is only the second. This is the third Mortal Kombat movie I've
like
ever seen.
Sloth from the Goonies. All right, here we go. Mortal Kombat.
Okay, that song though
Yeah.
goes so hard.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say this up top real quick.
Yeah.
Self plug. I did the 1995 Mortal Kombat for Magnum Opus this week. It is out now.
You should watch it,
I'd
guys.
Never seen that one before. Is it bad? Yeah, it's a flaming piece of dog shit that is fun from start to finish.
I love
Loved
that
every minute of
movie.
it.
What
It's
are you
not
talking
good,
about?
but man, is it fun.
What are
It's
you talking
not good,
about?
but man,
That
is it-
movie's
oh,
amazing.
It's not good.
Remember when?
It's not
remember
good.
when Reptile was literally a weird lizard thing?
Remember when his CGI looked like it belonged in an N64 game?
Remember when
Yeah,
he
me
was
too.
a chameleon?
Remember when he had that power up and then Liu Kang just kicked him to death?
Yeah, and remember they turned him into a statue or something, or like he was a statue.
Yeah, remember when
or
Johnny
something?
Cage punches Goro in the nuts and then pushes him off a cliff?
Well, let's
Yeah.
get into it because Johnny Cage is doing more nut punching in this one. Mortal Kombat 2.
I want to ask you this,
Mortal
Kevin.
Kombat 2, we're really Mortal Kombating this time.
You've played the games,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we're coming at this from two different perspectives, and I think that's good to highlight up top.
'Kay.
I only know what I know about Mortal Kombat from seeing the 95 movie like recently
Yep.
and the 2021 one that's like basically a prequel.
Yeah.
That's Mortal Kombat prequel. This is Mortal Kombat 1
Yep.
is what it feels
Yep.
like. So I know nothing about any of this except for that Cole Young is a very important part of the Mortal Kombat franchise.
So
'cause he's a
important.
descendant of
We'll
Scorpion.
touch on that in a bit. It's super important. He's a descendant of Scorpion. Scorpion.
Giving big
forget,
speeches.
If you like Scorpion, forget about Scorpion. Cole Young's here. And he's an armadillo
Man.
Yeah. He's got
Let's run to the-
he's got Wakanda powers. He's got a vibranium suit.
It's not as good.
It's not
Not on his
vibranium,
head.
but it is vibranium. It's legally distinct vibranium.
If you'll allow me, Kevin, I would like to quickly set up this movie's plot.
I would love for you, Odie Matthews at the movies.
Odie Matthews at the movies.
All right,
Odie Matthews at the movies.
hit me with the plot, Odie.
All right. In the last movie, all you need to know, and I think that's the nice thing about this, is you don't need to see the first one to understand this one at all. All you need to know in the last one is that they were going to do a Mortal Kombat,
But then they
but
didn't.
then they all fought
They didn't-
outside of the Mortal Kombat. They didn't get to it.
Shang Tsung shows up and he's like, actually, we're just fighting. No Mortal Kombat. We're just
Yeah.
fighting. He's like, actually, I want to skip Mortal Kombat entirely, so I'm just gonna kill you guys. Like,
And he only succeeds in killing one.
literally one person. That's it. And that person comes back in this way. Okay, keep going.
Yeah. This one, however, we've got a washed-up 1990s martial artist in the vein
Jean-Claude
of,
Van Damme. We've got
took the
Jean-Claude
words out of
Van
my
Damme.
mouth. You've got Jean-Claude Van Cage Damme, who
Jean-Claude Van Cage.
and he's getting called by Raiden and Sonya. Why? Because usually you have a tattoo that looks like Mortal Kombat, and that means you're chosen. But in this
That's
one,
it.
You just get chosen.
No,
You just
yeah.
get chosen.
In this one, they just in this one,
went,
two people
him.
just walk up to you in a parking garage with no one else in it, and they go, "Hey, we noticed that you're loading up your trunk. You want a Mortal Kombat?
Do you want to die? Maybe.
Hey, we noticed that you did nothing all day. That you sat in a chair while people passed by you in order to interact with influencers. Do you want a Mortal Kombat though?"
And so Johnny Cage, he joins the Mortal Kombat team, and this time the Emperor, what's his name? Kung Lao?
Shao
No,
Kahn.
That's Shao Kahn.
Shao Kahn.
He shows up, and he's like, hey, guys, we're going to do a Mortal Kombat, and also this is my adopted Donna Katana, who's definitely not going to betray me because I killed her dad in front of her
I
when
love
she was
that.
a kid.
Yeah, I know that you messed this up. You messed this up, but you just called her Donna Katana, and I fucking love that. Like you meant to say daughter, but you said Donna Katana. Okay,
No,
so
her
we've
name is
got
Donna
we've got
Katana.
Jean-Claude Van Cage and Donna Katana. Okay, these are the two most important characters in the film.
And then basically they just do a Mortal Kombat, and listen, I want to say this before we get to spoilers.
Hit me.
I like that you can't be attached to anybody in this movie.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah. Real quick thing. There are some plot holes we will get into discussing those.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some plot holes for sure. If you think that this movie is only great, think again. It is cheesy action at its best, and I think, based on our scale of garbage, bad, fun, good, or great, that it is great. And what does Odie think?
I think it's good.
Whoa. Okay. All right.
I
was
think I had to
expecting
knock
you
it-
to say great.
I knocked it out of great for a couple reasons that I was like, okay, because
Hit me.
I think they did a really good job at listening to the backlash of the first one.
Okay.
Mainly being put a Mortal Kombat in.
Yep.
I think that this is a very self-aware movie on what it's doing and how it's doing it. My favorite and the highlight of this movie, in my opinion, is the Baraka Johnny Cage fight when he's spinning his arms and just smiling at him.
So amazing.
Incredible.
So amazing.
I think that though the fights are really good, I think the characters get a little bit more playtime. I think it's good that nobody is safe. I think there are some elements that when I look at them for too long, I'm like, that doesn't work for me.
Okay.
And those are things that I have to kind of say in spoilers.
All right,
And I have two.
Let's break this down real quick. So the 1995 one, like you said, pretty much a flaming pile of dog shit, but a really fun movie. And if you were a kid and you went to go see it, oh my god, that was like cutting edge. Like the music and the fighting, it was so much fun. As you got older, maybe the movie didn't age well. Nostalgia pretty much holds it together for you. Mortal Kombat Annihilation comes out, and that movie decides they're going to step it up with how much flame is on the dog shit, and it is not great. It is not a great sequel. Sub-Zero fights Sub-Zero, and some other crazy shit happens, and like they really just kind of like tie. It's the same concept. Like the first one was like Shang Tsung, second one's Shao Kahn, right? So like, but in that one they just got like a guy who was like kind of big to play Shao Kahn, but now we have like one of the biggest bodybuilders in the fucking world playing Shao Kahn.
He's great.
Yeah, and here's what I'll say for things that I liked right off the rip, right? Let's just get into like the things that we like. Spoiler alert here, right off the rip. And this actually shouldn't be a spoiler if you've ever played the games or if you care about the beginning of a movie and like how things get set up, because Kitana survives, Shao Kahn showing up to her castle of Ilion, whatever the fuck it's called.
Katana World.
Katana Land.
Katana
and
Land.
Shao Kahn shows up and he's like, I'm gonna fucking, this is your last. First off, how come you have to lose 10 times to be enslaved?
In a row.
Like you, the chances of losing 10 times in a row. And also, they didn't have the flaming things in the sky. He just showed up and was like, if you lose this fight, it's over.
He also didn't get teleported.
She also said there were no other warriors, but it very clearly seems like there might have been other warriors on that planet. Anyway,
yeah,
like you
her
don't have
mom,
a
for
standing
instance.
army. Anyway,
The Queen.
yeah, right. Well, yeah. Anyway, so Shao Kahn shows up, and her father, whose very normal name is like Jared, like King Jared.
Jared.
Like this. Imagine a dude showing up with a skull mask and going, "I'm Shao Kahn. I'm going to enslave all of you," and then you going, "Well, we've got Jared." Like
Jared, jump here.
Yeah, hey, Jared, we're gonna do our little symbol thing, and you're gonna fight this guy with the giant hammer. And here's what I'll say about the intro. I love the intro. I love that we're already doing a fight. I love that we're already doing Mortal Kombat. We're already doing finisher moves. Jared actually does a very good job fighting this guy. Like
It's very
it's a roller coaster ride.
It's very small man versus big man.
Very much. And he gets a bunch of like stabs in and stuff, but then Shao Kahn at the end puts a sword, like skewers, shish kebabs, both of his hands, and then just fucking murders him. Like absolutely stomps the guy. Because he's got a giant warhammer that like has a spear on the other end for no reason other than it's Mortal Kombat. Kitana survives. She vows vengeance. In the future, it turns out she's like, she's double-crossing. People are double-crossing in this movie, left and right. People are double-crossing all the time in these movies. They're flipping sides. Mortal Kombat is not about loyalty, right? Like, if Mortal Kombat was a reality show, you just have everybody going, I didn't show up here to make friends,
and you can switch sides at the end, so it doesn't matter.
But then we move into, and this is the other thing, like, a couple other things that I like about this. 2, it's self-aware. The movie itself is self-aware, and there's multiple moments that we'll touch on where, like, I think the self-awareness was, like, what made the movie charming to me and what made me say it's great. Because the self-awareness for a cheesy action film is a huge component for me. Like if you make a cheesy action film and you don't acknowledge that you've made a cheesy action film, I feel like you're not in on the joke with me, and I'm not going to have as much fun, right?
Well, that's what I think the biggest like strength of this movie is that it
Agreed.
knows what it's doing.
It knows what it is.
And I think And I think that's what we're going to get with the Street Fighter movie too, which makes me happy.
Number 3, the plot progresses through the fights. Thank God. It's not plot, okay, fight. Plot, okay, fight. It's plot. All right, now you have to go fight, but also you're going to further the plot in the fight. Like, there are moments that happen in the fights. So it's not just like fight to the death, come back, plot. You know, which I think if that was the pacing of the movie, I would have hated it. You know, because it would have been like a lot of talking and then fight. And then a lot of talking, then fight. Instead, what's happening is like they're talking and setting up, and then in the fight, there's still dialogue. There's still interplay. There's still character shifts. There's like power dynamics. So like there's a lot more that made the fight scenes dynamic. And in my mind, doing that was the best way to go about it.
I do think that there are some moments in between the fights where it's just a lot of people standing around talking.
There are still those. I don't think it's as much as it is in other films, and I don't think it's as much as it could have been. So for that,
in the last one, there was a lot more.
Yeah, and the last one was very much fight, okay, talk, fight, okay, talk,
fight, okay, talk.
And this one does a better job of balancing that out.
Or like training montage talk.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if we're in spoilers, here's one thing I really liked, and I thought it was super funny because you just see it coming from a mile away. Everybody knew it, but there's a moment when they're trying to recruit Johnny Cage, and everyone's trying to convince him, and Cole's Young's like, I left my wife and daughter who were in the last movie and super important, and I defeated Goro, and I'm here because I know I could die, and I'm dead. And I got my head smashed in by a hammer and pushed into acid.
100%. Okay, we'll get to that, but what were you going to say about Johnny Cage?
No, I was saying that's one thing I liked is that moment. I think Johnny Cage is the highlight of this. Here's one of my gripes about this movie. Well, actually, let me just ask you this question.
Yeah.
Who is the main character? It's Katana.
Is it? I think
Katana's the main character. She's just not in it as much as she should be to be the main character.
I think the plot is split between two, which I think is good. I do think that Johnny Cage is a lead character. I don't think there's a main character. I think there's two leads. One being Katana, the other being Johnny Cage. And then you have like a bunch of supporting characters, right? It's an ensemble movie, right? Really? Because like everybody does kind of get their own moment to shine. Johnny Cage, as soon as he's in, he's a lead, right? Like literally as soon as he's introduced, he's a lead. Katana, she obviously is the lead character that's focused on in the beginning because they needed to show Shao Kahn taking over her land, and then that also they did. And then that also drives the purpose of the movie. It's because it's like, okay, this is what could happen to Earth. We've shown you instead of telling you about it, which is what the other Mortal Kombat movie did. The other Mortal Kombat movies in the 90s were like, yeah, it's real bad when they take over, you know? And like this one, it's like, hey, this is what it looks like when Shao Kahn shows up and fucks up Jared. So if your planet has a Jared, hide him. But like, so, like, she seems like the main character at first, but then as soon as Johnny Cage is in, two leads.
Okay. I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think that Johnny Cage should have been more of a center point. I'm not saying he wasn't, but I think he wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Especially because he was my favorite part. So part of that is just like a personal, like, I like Carl Urban. I wish he would have been in it more. I know that you're splitting a lot of screen time. A good way to do that is to start killing people.
Okay.
But by the time everybody's dead, it's the end of the movie.
I have a question for you. How's your favorite part of the movie not Kano? Like, what?
Okay, well,
like what?
Another thing that I liked about the movie, as I move through my list,
go ahead.
One of the other things that I think was a highlight of this movie was pairing Kano with Johnny Cage.
Oh my god.
Their side adventure is more interesting than anything else going on because they're just two dudes, just whoever wrote thetheir dialogue was spot on.
Two absolute dickbags being dickbags to each other.
It was great.
So good. I cracked up in the theater when Kano switched sides again in this film. I was like, wait, he's doing a double cross? That's so fucking spot on. He's like, yeah, I'll side with Earth.
And it's so good.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I like Earth. I like beer and women and stuff. I don't want dark and gloomy.
He's like, listen, I've been here in Outworld. I don't like it that much. I'm switching sides.
Sucks.
That's it. Like, he's a very he's like a very like tell you like it is character, and I love that about him. I also love the whole bit about like Kano and this necromancer guy that he's like basically has captured him. He's like this fucking nutbag, like the whole fucking. It's so good. It's definitely
Kano's a huge highlight.
100%.
Here's my other big gripe.
Yeah, hit me.
And I think that this is a personal thing, and I know some people are going to disagree, and that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think Shao Kahn was a menacing enough villain. Let me explain.
What?
Let me explain.
Yeah, okay. Explain.
He kills Jared in the beginning, but Jared never really seemed to have the skills needed to take him down anyways. And obviously, it's the first fight. Clearly, he's going to lose.
Yeah.
Something that I noticed,
Okay.
every fight that he has moving forward, he has the amulet powers, which make him
Immortal.
impossible to kill.
Yep.
Cole Young would have killed him if he hadn't had the amulet.
100%.
Liu Kang would have killed him if he
100%.
didn't have the amulet.
Yep.
So, and Katana would have killed him, and then she ends up killing him after the amulet is destroyed. I don't think he's a very good villain if he would have died without invulnerability.
Okay,
I get, hold on, because I get that he's supposed to be normal. That's like the big thing where she takes off his mask and she's like, look, he's a fucking freak just like all of us. He looks weird.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to cut his head up.
Yeah.
I just think that, especially with the Cole Young fight, that should have. Here's the thing. There's no flawless victory. It should have been Shao Kahn versus Cole Young. That should have been the flawless victory.
Okay.
Show how brutal he is before he has invulnerability. You know what I mean? Because we don't see him kill enough people before he's invincible.
Well, okay, so here's what I think. I think the opposite of what you think, in that I think they only gave Cole that moment to show like, oh, he's still like, I genuinely think that was someone who like wrote that character being like, you can't flawless victory him. You have to show him be a badass just once. Please, just once. Like they were like, please redeem my boy before you dump him into. Okay, first off, Shao Kahn doesn't just kill Cole. He literally throws the body into acid so no one can find him. Like, he's like, there's no coming back. There's no because like Shao Kahn could have turned him into a revenant, right? Like, he could have made him a revenant. He could have been like, hey, you actually work for me now, like Kung Lao did, right? But instead he's like, no, fuck this guy, get him out of here, which I genuinely think was the writers recognizing like, yeah, no one liked this. This is our Jar Jar Binks, get him out. But at the same time, they were like, but we gotta give him a cool moment. I think that's what it was.
There should have been at least one flawless victory, and there was room.
It should have been Shao Kahn.
The place.
Yeah.
I think the place where you put it is Cole Young versus Shao Kahn. I get what you're saying.
Well, and after the Cole
but
fight, he doesn't even fight one person. He fights like 5 people every time.
No, he fights Liu Kang one-on-one for a little bit before Jack shows up.
Okay, a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He gets flamed.
Yeah.
He gets his twin dragon flames.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. He has the stupid twin dragon flames.
And the other thing that I liked about this, and I want to talk about
me.
was all the deaths. So I think we should go through. We should go through all the deaths post Jared.
Well, if you're ready, we can actually run through this the way that I would prefer, which is fight by fight.
Let's do fight by
All
fight.
right, here we go. First fight, Johnny v. Katana. I love that Johnny just gets his ass whooped.
Amazing.
100%. Yeah.
He tries a little bit, but he ultimately lands on his nuts, falls off a house.
Way to just
and
kick
dies.
his ass and like show him how much he needs to like be better at this.
That was a great start to him. Like, him being the first match, lose, not die, and then have this side adventure fighting Baraka. And what's Sub-Zero? We'll get there, but like, what's his character's name when he's not Sub-Zero, but he's like Shadow Man?
He becomes Smoke.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that guy.
But his name's
like,
Bihan. That's like his real. So Bihan is Sub-Zero and then becomes Smoke in this film.
Okay. Nice.
Fighting at the same time, we've got Sindel versus Sonya.
Okay, that was a okay fight.
Which is okay. First off, this fight was hilarious because in Mortal Kombat, when you're playing Sindel, if you spam the scream button, you can absolutely whoop people's asses and like literally just like keep them up in the air and scream them to death. So the fact that that's what she relied on was actually a nice little nod to Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because people used to like play that character and spam the scream. So that was really cool. And I like how she died. We got so
Spike to the head.
First off, when they showed up in that space, I was like, oh, this is a level Like, that is an actual level in Mortal Kombat, the Spike Pit. So that was cool.
Well, that's I think the next fight is Cole Young versus Shao Kahn. We've already talked about it. That scene when he walks out to the acid and it pulls back, it's like a side-scrolling video game.
Also a level. That is also a level, and that is how they pull back in the side scroll. Between those fights, we get an ambush on Raiden that is orchestrated by Shang Tsung and Kung Lao. Kung Lao throws his hat like way far at the screen. I was like, is there a 3D version of this movie? Kung Lao throws his hat and you see it like spinning and you're like, oh, Kung Lao's here. And then he walks in with no hat on and nobody stops him. Nobody's like I feel like, okay, everybody in this room knows Kung Lao. I feel like everybody in that room should have been like, whoa, he doesn't have look out, guys. Everybody look out. There's going to be a hat flying in here from somewhere.
His hat was genuinely made me nervous in his fight with Liu Kang.
Oh, it's crazy. So he throws his hat. It cuts Raiden's neck open. Shang Tsung jumps in with the amulet and starts sucking out his god powers from his throat and putting it into the amulet, which then powers Shao Kahn through the rest of the film. Then, do you have anything to say about that? Anything going on there?
No.
Okay, cool.
It's fine.
Then we move on to Cole versus Shao Kahn, which was, I think, a phenomenal fight. And, like, honestly, like I said, when Cole, like, almost kills him, I was like, oh, yeah, you had to give him that. Of course. Like, I was like, you couldn't just beat his ass and get him out of here.
Disagree, but yes.
Yeah. And then Jax versus Jade at the same time. And when Jax fights Jade, Jax spares Jade at the end of the fight. And he says the cheesiest line in the film. He goes, your guy spared one of mine, so now we're even. Yeah, and I was like, oh.
Can I be honest, too?
Yeah.
I think that was also a letdown for me, was that Jax only had one fight. He didn't really get to fight because he was taking it easy. Yeah. And then, unfortunately,
so the first group of fights was like, yeah, good job. And then the second group of fights is like, oh, all right.
Yeah, kind of.
Then we get Liu Kang versus Kung Lao.
That's the best fight in the whole movie.
Best fight. I agree. Best fight. Also,
I like the Johnny Baraka one more because it's and I think that is the best choreographed. It's two guys that aren't special effects heavy. It's two people that clearly understand martial arts. Liu Kang's actor did the Power Rangers movie, and he studied martial arts then. Kung Lao's does. I think the Baraka and Johnny one is more funny and like entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
But in terms of pure quality, this is the best fight in a Mortal Kombat movie.
I would agree.
Period.
Yeah, it's definitely the best fight. Also, this is a level, and what's cool is you get a little bit of a throwaway line, but it's a lore dump in the middle, like a little lore drop. Kung Lao's like, see, look at this void space. All of the ancient gods have abandoned you. And I'm like, oh, we're going to get into some god shit if we get into the third Mortal Kombat movie. Yeah, 100%. So then they have their fight, which is like fucking beautifully done. Like Kung Lao's throwing his fucking hat around. They're doing
fire.
The kicks. Yeah, Liu Kang does a version of the bicycle kick, inevitably ending it by... Like, and I love the ending because, like, and this is what I mean by moving the plot along. There's this moment where it looks like Liu Kang's giving up, and he's like, I'll get you. And then he's like, and then Kung Lao goes to like punch him or something, and he grabs both of his arms and slams him down onto his hat, which is spinning. Yeah. And he's like, but not this time. And I'm like, oh, good job, Liu Kang. You're smart. Also, Liu Kang's jacked as fuck. Like, he's bigger than every other guy on the team. Like,
incredible.
He's got the biggest traps on the team. How is he not just, like, smashing people's heads? Like, then we move on to, and then, so then we get the plan to sneak into the castle to get the amulet. And, of course, what is there? A secret tunnel. That's not guarded, right? It's just like it's watched by the servants' entrance, which are the Turkata people, and that's when we get to Baraka.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Again, the most entertaining fight by far.
Yeah. My note in between all of this, because this is where we like get the big reveal that like Katana, who's been double crossing Shao Kahn, gets double crossed. Doesn't really get double crossed by Jade, but gets found out. And I'm like, bitch, you really thought? Like, first off, every time you teleport, thunder sounds like
and lightning.
I don't care if you're in a temple. Like you can be in an underground tomb. People hear that shit. Like, you mean no one ever walks by the temple and goes, why is the ground shaking? Why is there thunder? Like, you know, like, like you mean Shao Kahn's not just out there like fucking Raiden. You know, like
for real.
Anyway, she thought she could do. I wrote, bitch, you thought you could do whatever you want. So then we get Baraka versus Johnny Cage, and I would say this is the second best fight in the whole movie.
Yes.
Because,
Absolutely.
like you said, it's more of a comedic fight. It's mostly Johnny
it's also
Cage
good.
running away. Johnny Cage basically pulls a Jackie Chan. He's like, I'm going to run away and do stunts like while this is happening.
But I liked the moment where it comes full circle and he puts on the sunglasses, and I was like, that is Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage becomes Johnny Cage when he puts on the sunglasses. Yep. Even I caught on that.
Yeah, no. That was really good.
I mean, honestly, all of Johnny Cage's fights, Baraka and when he fights Scorpion later, like, he does a good job.
I love that.
They're entertaining.
I love that he gets a believe in yourself moment in this film.
Me too.
But first off, like, when he's about to fight him, Jax is like, yeah, you're probably going to die. Like,
they're all like, you're going to die.
They're all like, yeah,
this
is going to look rough. Well, and I like that, like, Liu Kang initially challenges Baraka, and then Baraka's like, no. He's just like, nah. And then Johnny Cage is like, I'm going to insult everybody here, including you the most. And then Baraka's like, all right, I accept your challenge. But I'm fighting you. And then Johnny Cage is like, no. And they're all like, yeah, don't do that. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, no, you got to fight me. He's like, I don't want to fight anybody else. And then we get like this ridiculous fight. And at the end of it, the comedic ending of Baraka being impressed by Johnny Cage's like dexterity and deftness.
And then he goes back at the end and tells him stories. And Braden's like, that's not how I remember it. And he's like, I took a couple creative liberties.
So good. Here's my notes on that fight. Apparently, because this is really funny, Johnny Cage, the first thing he calls him is a pussy. And I'm like,
yeah.
And I wrote, all right,
Universal.
apparently calling someone a pussy is multiversal fighting language. Like,
there you go. That's it.
And then I love Baraka's response. He goes, I find you annoying and I should like to kill you and eat you. Like,
I think that's one of the things, and I don't think this is a bad thing at all.
Yeah.
I think this is the self-awareness. You have to just believe that, like, everybody knows the same thing, the same references.
Yep.
Like, they might not know who Harry Potter or Voldemort is, but they know it's an insult. Like, you just gotta.
I feel like he could hear it in his voice more than anything. Like, you don't have to justify it or overthink it. I just thought it was really funny that the first thing he does is like, I didn't know all you guys were pussies, and Baraka's like, the fuck you say to me? Like,
I didn't know you guys were bitches.
Like, Baraka's like, I don't really want to fight, and Johnny Cage is like, pussy, and he's like, shut up, I'll fight you.
Hollywood negotiating.
I also put the note, Carl Urban is really channeling Robert Downey Jr. here. Like, this felt like an RDJ type moment where he was just being quippy. He was kind of playing like more of a Tony Stark type character here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, cool.
But it works.
Yep.
Again, Carl Urban. Originally, I think we said it was going to be Joel McHale was the rumor for Johnny Cage. Yep. Carl Urban was the best choice. He said that this was the most physically demanding role he's ever had because of all the martial arts and everything. I think he crushed it. He is Johnny. # my Johnny Cage.
He did a great job. He also punched Baraka in the nuts. So Johnny Cage nut punch is canon in every version of Mortal Kombat. You're welcome. A couple other things that are canon. Shao Kahn says the classic finish him. And in his fight with Kung Lao, or not Kung Lao, Cole Young, he does the classic Shao Kahn laugh, which is like, it's like iconic. Like, so there were a few iconic moments already in Mortal Kombat. Then we get a scene where Shao Kahn brings Katana in. Well, Jade brings Katana in. She's like, you did this to yourself, which is true. Jade didn't rat her out, actually. She did it to herself. She just really, like, blew her cover. And Shao Kahn, my note here is Shao Kahn really is just the most angry dad. Like, he's like, where were you? You were out past curfew.
Stepdad.
And she's like, I was with Raiden. And he's like, fucking knew it. My daughter.
Told you I didn't want you hanging around those Raiden boys.
And Sindel's here. She's been turned into a Revenant, which is similar to the games because in the game she has white eyes. She is a Revenant in the games. And then we get Liu Kang versus Shao Kahn for the first time.
Good fight.
Because
third good fight.
They go to steal the amulet.
No.
Here's the funny thing about this fight. They're like, they're in the middle of stealing this amulet, right? Like, first off, Baraka gets them into the castle, no problem. He's like, I can't enter. And I was like, huh? What the fuck you mean you can't go in? He's like, yeah, they'll know something's up if I'm in there. We're stealing shit, dude. What the fuck you mean? And like,
they didn't have plot room for him.
And then they go in and like everything's like kind of like Jax is like pulling the amulet off. They're like figuring shit out. Shao Kahn just walks in. He's just like, all right, I'm here to fight everybody. And Liu Kang's like, I'll fight you. And then they're all like, wait, actually, we should fight this guy too.
And then that's when Jax dies.
This is well, okay. So Liu Kang does his big dragon thing, and it doesn't work because Shao Kahn's nigh immortal at this point because of Raiden's weird soul magic being in the amulet thing. There's a lot going on here, but I did write after the big dragon thing happened because it was really cool. It definitely should have like toasted him. I went, boy, you really played your whole hand there, Liu Kang. Like,
yeah, that was like he like started with his finish.
He's like, I'm gonna end this right now, and like, no, didn't work. So then we get into the fight, and my notes here for the entire fight are: Jax is in, Jax is out.
Jax is out. Yeah, that okay. I think out of all the fatalities, Jax's was the one that I was like, oh man.
Yeah, because in the beginning he explains how important his wife and his daughter are to him.
No, that was cool.
I know, I'm kidding. But yeah, so
I think
that was
Jax was the best in the last movie too. Like I really liked his arc in the last movie.
You know what it felt like?
It was really good.
It felt like Carl Weathers in Predator. You know what I mean?
Oh,
That's what it felt like. I was like, oh, it's Carl Weathers in Predator. Oh man, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, and then my notes after this are, Kano is fucking hilarious because
wait, after in that same fight, that's when Liu Kang turns into a phoenix and disintegrates and goes, I'm gonna go find Kung Lao in the afterlife. I'll be back. Bye. My people need me.
He decides to go find Kung Lao in the afterlife. Yeah. Well, there's a whole bunch of afterlife shit happening in this. But so. My next note, because the next scene that we get is Kano, and he's just like, he is the one-liner machine of this movie. Like, I know Johnny Cage is, but Kano's really the one-liner machine of this movie. And it's mostly directed at this character known as the Necromancer, who actually is a playable character in some of the Mortal Kombat games. But he keeps calling him like, what is it? He calls him Voldemort's nutsack. He
so many
good insults for this one guy. And then Johnny Cage and Kano, like, basically Kano's like, yeah, fuck it, fuck out world. I'll join you guys. And I was like, I started cracking up. I was like, of course you would double cross again in this film. I love that Kano double crossing is a pivotal plot point of every film so far.
Oh, 100%.
It's so great.
He'll switch in the next one.
I hope he does it again. Then we go to, so Kano and Johnny Cage go to hell, basically. But hell doesn't look like hell. And they go and see my boy, Mr. Sanada, Hiroyuki Sanada. And
Scorpion.
And I legitimately, because I forgot that he is that character from the original Mortal Kombat, I was like, wait, it's the guy from Shogun. I got my fix. I was elated. I was elated because he's so similar. He's like this wise guy. He's got a garden. I'm like, he's going to fuck some people up. And he does a wonderful job playing Scorpion. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Like when they first show up, Kano's like, this is hell. I knew hell was like, I love that. Like they get there and he's like, I knew hell was going to be dope. Like, what a fucking.
That whole moment was great.
It was so good.
I like Scorpion a lot. I wish he would have been in it more. I wish Sub-Zero would have been in it more. I think that they were both, I don't want to say wasted in the first movie, but that whole first movie, again, just feels like a prequel to explain everybody has a special power, and here's how everybody got their special powers before Mortal Kombat.
Also,
because it's like,
they brought back the regular kunai that on a rope that Scorpion uses to say, get over here. Which I thought was fucking that. Thank you.
That was a great moment.
Thank you. And the revelation that like he actually just has such great mental willpower that he's in control of his own personal hell. Thank you. Love it. But they say Bihan's alive and he's going to be working for Shao Kahn, and he immediately is like, that name, I have to go kill him. Basically, it's like they called him a pussy. And so he has to go fight Bihan. After this, and this is the fight that I wrote. We have Smoke v Scorpion, Johnny, and Kano. And then here's the note that I do want to point out. We get both character designs of Smoke. So Smoke is known for cloning itself, right? Smoke is kind of like a Revenant character. The fact that they used Cyborg Smoke, because that other character design is the Cyborg Smoke, but it wasn't actually a cyborg, I think was like chef's kiss. good job. That's a way to like nod without having, because like there's a couple ways you can go about it. You can incorporate the character design and just never say anything about it, or in the next movie you can go, they're cyborgs now, which would have been dumb.
Yeah.
So
I definitely thought Kano was gonna die during this fight.
me too, but
I was like, he's dead.
but he did not.
But he doesn't.
There's 2 Smoke clones that Johnny and Kano have to fight while Scorpion fights the regular Smoke. I also wrote, nice Lord of the Rings reference here, because
Dude, Johnny Cage takes so many shots at Lord of the
So
Rings, a franchise that Carl
fucking
Urban was in.
I love that they're making fun of Carl Urban in real life in this film. So
Yeah.
fucking good. They make a really nice Lord of the Rings reference, and then I put, he said the thing. He said, "Get over here," and I was like, he said the thing, which was really good. At the same time, we get Shao Kahn versus Sonya and Liu Kang.
I was going to say, I messed up. Liu Kang dies in that fight,
Yes.
not the one where Jack dies.
Yeah, my immediate next note is, shit, he killed Liu Kang. Like,
Well, no, Liu Kang went away. His people needed him. He flew off into space.
I know, but it was really funny because I just wrote, shit, he killed Liu Kang.
I guess Sonya only gets knocked out and he doesn't finish her because her flame goes out, but she's not dead.
Yeah, she gets knocked out of the tournament. Well,
How convenient
the-
that she lives.
The flame goes away when you get knocked out, but then they have the option to kill you. So, like, in Mortal
I guess
Kombat,
he didn't want to kill her.
I guess not. Well, he didn't really get the chance because he's still got to fight 2 other people, right? This is, and then I wrote, Katana finally fully defects, which we knew was going to happen. Like, the whole movie, she's already defecting, and then at the end, like, when it's actually important, she's like, actually, I officially defect now.
I renounce my citizenship.
Now that it's important
do
to the
that?
plot, yes, you can.
Wait, you can just do that?
Yep,
You can
apparently.
leave?
And then obviously Kitana has a sick fight with Shao Kahn. I think this is 3rd best fight in the film for sure. She does the things that Jared does in the beginning, but she doesn't fuck up. Shao Kahn's trying to choke her, doesn't really work out, and then the finisher's just the best, the absolute best. Her spinning blades cutting his head into like multiple pieces was so perfect. That is a finisher from the games.
It looks like one, too. I think the best fight is Liu Kang versus Kung Lao. Then I think
Agreed.
it's Johnny versus Baraka.
Agreed.
And then I think it's Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Johnny, and Kano. I think those are the top 3. 4th would be Katana versus that
Shao
guy
Kahn.
that you said. Yeah, Shao Kahn. And then I would say the 5th best fight would be whichever one you want.
Okay.
You pick. You pick.
The 5th best one is Shang Tsung just like sucking the life out of Raiden.
Sure.
Well, and Raiden does come back during this because obviously like he needs
He's
to.
not dead.
Yeah, well they get the amulet, they bring back Raiden, then he's like, you better fucking run, Shang Tsung, and Shang Tsung's like, yeah, actually you're right. I'm gonna. Couple notes for the end of the movie. There's this whole moment where they're like, we do not kneel, and then they just start chanting Katana our queen, and I put, that's just the verbal version of kneeling. Like,
Yeah, I
you're
thought their
still
chant was super
subservient.
basic.
Yeah.
It's just the person's name and then their title.
Katana, our queen. Katana,
Jeff
our
Bezos,
queen.
CEO.
Yeah,
Jeff
Bezos,
Bezos, CEO.
There's no actual Raiden versus Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung runs away, and then I put, that was great because all in all, it was a great movie. Out of 1 to 5 heads on spikes, I'd give it 5 heads on spikes. You know what I mean?
I think I give it a 5.
That's great.
As well. I was actually just looking real quick. Okay,
What do you
there's
think?
no post-credit scene.
No,
I was making sure that we didn't miss.
Okay, so here's the funny thing. They for the actors credits, they kept the lights down and had there was like a 3D credit thing for the actors. But more, it was like for the characters because they were like saying the names while the Mortal Kombat music played, and then which is what happens in the original Mortal Kombat music song. But then I was like, oh, are we getting a post-credit scene because the lights haven't come up yet? And then the real credits start and the lights came up, and I was like, you got me.
That's good.
Yep.
I never stay. I always look up post-credit scenes because I'm not sitting through credits for 30 seconds.
This movie wasn't that long, so I was just like, all right.
I
whatever.
think this is almost great for me. I think
It's so close. So close.
it's so close.
so close.
I
Just
might
didn't make it.
And you know what? By the end of the year, it might
Maybe it'll
end up-
change. Yeah.
Maybe it'll change. I think I think it'll depend on how Street Fighter is. I think if that one's like super
that.
good,
Yeah.
it'll be like it'll keep this one where it's at. But if Street Fighter's not as good, I think it might bump this one up potentially.
Yeah, I get that.
Because I do want to do some more category. Like, what was your favorite video game movie this year? Instead of just doing, like, we can do our top 5 as normal, but I think it'd be fun to, like, be like, what was your favorite?
Because we are getting some video game movies. Yeah, we're getting Resident
We're getting
Evil.
a lot of stuff. What was your favorite comic
got
book
Mario,
movie this year? You know?
Yeah. We're getting a few of each.
So I think that'd be kind of fun.
We got a little,
Yeah, not a lot.
We got a little smorgasbord happening this year. It's pretty nice.
Overall,
we got a little charcuterie plate of movies happening. Genre.
I love a good
little genre charcuterie. Yeah.
Getting some potpourri on that charcuterie
No.
board.
Don't do that.
I looked
You
up
might get food poisoning.
any kind of you can get food poisoning again with your fish tacos. I looked up any kind of information about a third one before we recorded, and
Nothing yet.
the guy who wrote this one and directed this one were tasked with writing and getting the next one ready. This had an $80 million budget. It's going to open to around $40 million in America.
That's promising.
And about probably 80 to 100 overall globally.
Okay, so it's already
there's no big movie next year or next week. So this could have legs. It competed with Devil's Wears the Prada 2, and that is actually going to beat it this weekend.
Well, yeah,
so
people love that movie.
I think that this
talk
could
about
have
a
legs
legacy
before,
sequel beating a reboot legacy sequel.
of course. And this is 5 years since the first one. You know, the weekend after next is Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yep.
So I think that this could have some legs next weekend.
Yep.
I think where this is going to shine and I think HBO would be smart with it, is this is going to do really well on streaming, I feel.
When does Evil Dead Burn come out? Because I feel like I'm seeing a ton of ads for that. And, like, I was like, oh, is that next week? Like, you know, like when you start seeing the trailer more and then it's like, oh, wait, no, this might be, like, now.
Or it could be in 6 months, right?
I genuinely hope there's a third one. I would
July.
love to see a couple other characters of Mortal Kombat get brought into it. There's Melina, who is Katana's sister, actual sister, I believe. I'd love to see her. She has, she like eats people for her fatality, kind of like Baraka. Yeah. I'd like to see that. I'd love to see Ermac show up or Rain, one of the other ninjas. I'd like to see Scorpion pass his mantle so that we can get my boy Hiroyuki Sanada out of there. Because he's doing a great job, but like, boy, I don't want
we need more Scorpion
him to be 70
younger.
and be Scorpion. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. This is my last thought.
Yeah, hit me.
Mortal Kombat 3. Do you think it's just going to be? Who do you think is going to come back?
Shang Tsung.
Who do you think they're going to save?
Okay, so there's in Mortal Kombat 2, Shang Tsung gets a like character remodel, and he has the ability to turn into any other character. So like you literally like would hit combos and he would turn into another fighter, and then you would use their moveset on other people. So you could finish anybody as any fighter. Like you could literally start as Shang Tsung and then just turn into any fighter. I think Shang Tsung being the sorcerer, being the person who's most interested in fucking shit up, I think he's going to come back in the third one. I think he's going to come back with someone just as sinister, if not more sinister, than Shao Kahn. I do like that we've killed Goro, we've killed Shao Kahn. That opens up the doorway for some other fighters. There's a couple fighters in different Mortal Kombat games who have like Drunken Monk style. I forget the guy's name right now, but he's like got a really funny like fighting style. There's like I said, there's other ninjas to explore. There's a couple other Earth characters. One of them being an ex-SWAT team member. I think his name was Lucas. That might have been Luke Cage, maybe. It might be Johnny Cage's son. There is Cabal, who has like these like crazy hook blade things and a mask.
He died
on.
in the first one.
Did he? Oh
yeah. Liu Kang killed him with a fire
well,
dragon.
We're going to hell
meant
to
more...
go get people, so like maybe.
Oh, that's actually what I was asking you. Like, out of the good guys who died, who is coming back and who are they going to rescue? They're going to get back Liu Kang. Are they going to get back Jax? I don't think Cole Young's coming back.
No, he got dumped in acid. We're not. No. There's no way. I think Jackson, Liu Kang for sure. And then along the way, they'll probably meet a couple other people who will like defect from hell or wherever they go. Wherever they're going is like it's the nether world, right? Because it's like,
And I'm down for that.
well, so there's Earth, and then there's Outworld, and then there's the netherworld, and then there's like there's Donna Katana's home.
Katana Batana world.
Yeah, Katana Batana world. Yeah, I think wherever they go, I just want to see a plot structure similar to this, where like there's fights that progress the plot. It doesn't even have to be tournament style. I think it could be more of a like survival style, like, okay, cool, everything might be a threat. Who are you fighting next type thing. I think that would be cool. I definitely want to see Liu Kang come back with Kung Lao, and I'd like to see Kung Lao be a good guy again and just fuck people up. That'd be fun. I want to see Raiden fight for real. Like, for real.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. There's a lot that we could see in the next film that would be sick.
I'm excited. Overall, I give it 5
Heads on spikes.
combats out of Mortal.
5 Mortal
5 heads on
Kombats,
spikes.
which is a great score, actually. So you do think it. I think it's great. I would watch this again. I think it's the best Mortal Kombat adaptation we've ever gotten, period.
I'll be watching this again as soon as it hits streaming. For sure.
Yeah.
I saw it in IMAX too, I should say, which was
That
incredible.
was probably
Great
dope,
experience.
actually, yeah.
It was fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah. And then next week is not Evil Dead Burn?
No, that's July 10th.
Okay, what are we doing next week? What are we watching?
Next week is the Punisher one-shot special. I want to talk about that.
Oh, shit. Really?
It comes out on Wednesday the 12th.
That comes out this Wednesday?
There's a Henry Cavill and like Jake Gyllenhaal movie coming out, but I don't
Oh, fuck.
care.
All right. Did you watch,
I'm gonna see
did you
it,
watch
but-
Mall Shadow Lord yet?
I'm working on that one
I haven't
now.
watched that yet. I haven't watched Daredevil. I told you, mid-May, I'm going to come back.
Well, we've
And
got
all of a sudden, I'm going to be caught up on
Daredevil-
everything.
You got Daredevil next week,
Yep.
and then we've got the Mandalorian and Grogu go on a little adventure.
No, you mean Punisher, not Daredevil.
whatever?
Punisher next week. Yeah. And then
Same thing.
And then we're going to watch Mandalorian and Grogu. Have
and
whatever.
then it's nothing but bangers from June on.
Fuck yeah. All right. Things are looking good. You know what?
We've got like the Odyssey, Spider-Man,
Yep.
Minions 4. We got a ton of
You
good
know
movies
what?
coming
That's
out.
some good news. Good
What's
news.
your jam this week, Kevin?
I've got so many jams since the last time we talked,
pick, like,
and I'm
2.
only gonna give you 2. Yeah, I'm only gonna give you 2. One, Dorohedoro, really awesome anime. Season 2 is finally coming out. I highly recommend it. It's actually fucking phenomenal. It's about a guy with a lizard head, and they live in a really weird place, kind of like Outworld, but it's like Garbage Planet, and then these sorcerers show up and they like fuck up people in the place, and then like he's trying to investigate who turned him into a lizard head man, and he's got like a person inside of him, and he's like puts people inside of his mouth, and he's like, hey, what'd the guy inside of me say to you? Like, it's just really fucking weird and amazing, and the characters are all obsessed with gyoza, and there's a guy who turns people into mushrooms, and I can't recommend it enough. It's fucking weird and it's cool. And season 2 is coming out. And then, and I cannot talk about these guys enough because they are amazingly fascinating to me. Grammy nominated, award-winning, I don't know if they won a Grammy, but they've won many awards now. Tiny Desk, record-breaking, Argentinian artists, Catriel and Paco Amoroso, are my jam this week. They are so fucking fun and funny and weird, and when they do interviews, they keep giving like Paco will like give like kind of a serious answer, but like be really fun and cheeky with the people interviewing. And then Catriel, it just like comes in and just says weird shit. Like he's like, we're wearing all black because we can like wear all black if we want to. Like, and just like weird, funny stuff. And they did a one take. They went to Japan recently to promote their album Free Spirits, which is like a hilarious concept album. They're very sardonic. Everything is in Spanish, yes. But like the humor in the album and the fun. They brought people onto the album, like they brought Jack Black onto the album. They brought fucking Anderson .Paak onto the album. They brought fucking Sting onto the album. Like, such a cool album, such a fun time. And then recently they did what's known as First Take, where you're only allowed to do a song in one take. and they performed a version of Baby Gangsta, which is like a hilariously awesome song. And they did it in one take, and it was not only was it impressive, it incorporated some new math rock elements, and it was just fun to watch. I can't get over it. Like, it's literally stuck in my head. It is a jam.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Thanks.
I've got one jam.
Hit me.
Really. Because I've already talked about everything else that I've finished up. Daredevil. Well, I don't think have I mentioned. I wouldn't have mentioned it yet. I got 2 jams. Daredevil season 2,
Yep.
Born Again.
You loved it.
Wrapped up.
Has the highest rated episode of any MCU show now with the final episode.
It's worth
Cool.
it because what I like about this, and small spoiler for the last episode, it's not a big superhero punch-up ending.
Ooh.
They actually do that in episode 7.
Oh.
And the episode 8 does something that you can kind of see where it's going.
Yeah.
But man, I almost did like what millennials do, and I almost stood up and clapped in my own living room when the credits started rolling.
Really?
I really fucking
Okay.
I think this will be in my top 5. If we're not separating out TV shows and movies and we do like a top 10, it'll be in there. If we do top 5 TV shows, which I'm down to separate because I'm watching enough TV this year, it's number 1 right now in terms of TV this year. Close second, if not maybe I'd have to flip a coin, would be The Pitt. I just watched season 1, just finished season 2. Just an absolutely phenomenal, heartbreaking, grounded, interesting look at what it's like to work in an ER.
I keep hearing really good things about The Pitt.
It's got the 24 Kiefer Sutherland format where each season takes place over a day. Each episode's an hour of their shift.
Whoa.
And that adds
They do 24 episodes?
so much. They do 15.
Okay, so 15
it's a 14 hour.
Okay.
Because a 14-hour shift and then that extra hour of
Whoa.
like bleed over. It is. I honestly, if there was any show that I was going to recommend to
That's
people,
really interesting, actually.
I think The Pitt is worth watching over anything else right now.
Yeah.
Each season tackles a different society issue. The first season tackles mass shooters. The second season tackles ICE.
Wow.
It's incredible. The first season made me cry so much.
You've really
I
piqued
recommend
my
this
interest.
to you. I think if you watch the first season, even if the first, and I know this is like a huge ask, even if the first 9 episodes don't do it for you, which I'd be shocked if they didn't, episode 10 will.
No, I think
that's a guarantee.
I think I like because so many medical shows do the episodic thing, right? Where it's like every
not this
episode covers like a theme or a lesson or like something for the doctors themselves, but then also like there's an emergency that somehow is like conveniently tied to that lesson or whatever they're talking about that week. Like House did it, Grey's Anatomy did it, ER did it. Like all of those shows kind of follow that formula. So to hear, even Scrubs kind of did that. So to hear that like this is just 15 episodes.
it's a one shift.
Yeah, it's one shift. That's really cool. I like that concept. That's a cool concept.
The other thing
it's original.
And what works for it is this show is brutal. Like it'll introduce, and like this isn't a spoiler. Like there'll be like a girl, like a little kid that's like an 8-year-old that gets wheeled into the ER for like drowning, and then like they don't bring her back, and you see the parents and the other sibling there, and like the acting on people with loss and like people dying. Like people die in this show.
Wow.
And it's really cool because it's in Pittsburgh and it's framed around a resident teaching medical students.
Okay.
And I think that really does a good job because you have someone who's really experienced and then you have a variety layer of people that are experienced.
You have
so
different
it's
levels of experience.
You have different levels of what people know, and it works really well.
Cool.
And we loved watching the last 2 seasons. We watched them back to back. It's what we've been working on as a couple.
Hell yeah.
And it's definitely up there this year.
Cool.
It's so far it's probably my favorite thing I've watched this year, actually.
All right.
Like, and I just really quick, my other jam that I was going to originally do, but I realized I didn't talk about Daredevil.
Yep.
Just real quick, Kevin, I wanted to talk about some of the movies we have coming up that we could be talking about on the podcast.
Oh, hit me.
If you'll indulge me.
Yeah, I would love that.
We've got the Backrooms movie.
Yep.
We've got Masters of the Universe, Scary Movie 6.
Okay.
We've got Disclosure Day, the new
You're pumped on
Steven
that
Spielberg one.
Yep.
We got Toy Story 5, which I know you're excited
Nope.
for. We got Death of Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah. No, that one actually did look pretty good.
That one looks really good. We got Supergirl. We've got Minions and Monsters. Yep. Yeah, Supergirl. Evil Dead Burn.
Yes.
We got The Odyssey, We've
Yep.
got Spider-Man Brand New Day. We've got Super Troopers 3. I don't know if you're a Super Troopers fan, but I'm kind of excited for that one.
Okay, full disclosure, that is a movie I will get a little high and go see. I will
Bingo.
smoke a little bit, and I will have a great time in the theater.
We got The End of Oak Street, which is one that we talked about recently.
Yep.
We've got Mutiny, the
Jason
Statham
Statham
one. Coyote versus Acme, which we've talked
looks
about.
good.
And that's kind of like the summer.
That's what's coming up for the summer. Yeah.
That's the summer run. We've got more good movies coming out later this year, like Resident Evil, Dune, all that. So
Okay.
From here on out, I feel like we've actually got good movies more frequently coming than what the first half of the year offered.
You have reminded me I have to do a favor for a friend of mine who is a listener of the podcast. Shout out to Abby, who played my stage daughter in Bridges of Madison County, which got wonderful reviews. And she was a phenomenal actress and did a great job. She was such a great scene partner. And even a couple times I was being silly backstage, and she's like, Kevin, stop it. I have to get nervous. And I'm like, for what? And she's like, because my character's nervous in this scene. I'm like, oh, yeah, you got it. No, she's very good. But she wrote me some comments on Tony Award nominations. This is, of course, for musical theater. So I'm going to, if I know anything about it, I will add a comment. If not, Abby, I'm just reading them for you.
I'm going to sit here in silence.
Here we go. Tony nominations notes. Proof not getting any nominations is crazy. It deserved better. I agree. I don't know anything about this, but I agree.
I agree, too.
No nominations for Leah Michele, Aaron Tveit, who's very, very handsome, very famous. You would love him. Jessica Vosk. Oh, yeah, her too. Leads from Dog Day Afternoon, Fear of 13, and Waiting for Godot was really surprising. Waiting for Godot, I'm not surprised on because that's been done a million times. It's been done to death. You might know Waiting for Guffman, the Christopher Best film. June Squibb makes history as oldest acting nominee at 96 years old. That's actually, we can just say, damn, that's fucking amazing.
Damn.
Yeah, good for her. Chess should have been nominated for Best Revival, if only to have more than 3 nominees in that category. Yeah, 3 nominees is kind of lame.
Chess is a musical?
There's a movie.
Isn't that a
There's
game?
a musical called Chess. No, it's more about like espionage and shit, I think.
Cool.
Joshua Henry had better win this Tony. I have no idea what that means, but yes, we hope so.
I hope
we're
he does
rooting
too.
for Joshua Henry. Cats needs the best choreo win. No, it doesn't. No, sorry.
All I know about Cat is CGI buttholes,
Cat-
so I'm going to say
Well,
no.
so the theatrical version doesn't have CGI buttholes. It would be wild if they did that.
Would be hard.
You go in and the backdrop is just a CGI cat's butthole.
That's what I go for, Kevin.
And fucking James Corden comes out to introduce it.
Oh, God.
Well, anyway,
pass.
all right. Lighting and scenic design of a musical will probably go to the Lost Boys. Yes, it will. Lost Boys and Schmigadoon.
Somebody better find him.
Schmigadoon. Okay, so here's a fun thing about Schmigadoon. Schmigadoon had a TV show adaptation that starred Keegan-Michael Key. And it was hilarious. And it was based off of a musical that I was in called Brigadoon, about a town that conveniently flits in and out of existence once every 100 years. What else do we they have nominations, and Ragtime has 11 nominations. Ragtime is huge. People keep raving about it. I've heard nothing but good things. Everything else was pretty well balanced and made sense. Thank you, Abby, for writing in and filling us in. I feel so much more informed in the theater world. I am a horrible theater kid. I don't keep up with theater at all. Here's a funny thing. We just did American Idiot. I didn't know half of those songs until we did this musical, because when that album originally came out, I was already like way into like post-hardcore and shit, you know? So like Green Day coming out and be like, we're edgy now, and we've got red ties and black shirts. I was like, so you're doing My Chemical Romance. Got it. You know, like, so I'm a bad theater kid. When I do a show, that's when I learn it and learn about it and learn everything about it, because other theater people will be like, you don't know this show, and then they give me all the lore, which I love about them. Thank you so much. This show in particular, my cast has been phenomenal and giving me all the lore. Abby, thanks for keeping us informed. We look forward to hearing about all the Tony Award nominations next year as well. Also,
I guess so.
Write in and tell us who won and what you think about that.
Also, I would say, Kevin, you're the musical theater expert on this podcast, if it makes you feel better.
Low bar.
It's a very low bar, because I think I know like 2.
Everybody, thank you for listening to another episode of the UnPop Podcast. Thank you for weathering this absurd existence with us. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about our mental health subpoenas, or you would like just to podcast live at your funeral, please feel free to email mysecretpoweris@gmail.com, or if you have my number, just text me. Fine. That's fine. I'll open up that can of worms.
If you have my number, don't text
Art
me.
by FrankAce, music by moi. We will see you next week when we're talking about whatever the fuck it is Odie and I figure out to talk about in the middle of this week.
Daredevil, First Kill, Punisher, Born Again.
Something
That's what we're talking
like
about.
that. Yeah, it's something Daredevil or Punisher related. So get
It's Punisher. Punisher one last
get
kill,
ready
baby.
to be punished next week on the UnPop Podcast. Bye.